Hello everyone, got a 1998 Toyota 4Runner, got a 3.4. I'm going to be doing a timing set, water pump. I got the direct import, doing this for somebody. They didn't want the OEM price, so we'll go with direct import, which it does come with a Gates belt. It's got all your gaskets. I've always had a good look at a Gates belt. Got the water pump. Got your pulleys, tensioner. Not a bad set for, I think it was O'Reilly's, right under 300 bucks. But anyhow, people that haven't done this, it looks kind of intimidating. Get all your belts, all that stuff. But I'm gonna video what I can. It'll probably be in and out, but I'm gonna start off taking through the box, the battery, getting the fan loose. I'm probably not gonna video that because if you can't get this stuff out, you don't need to be doing this. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show the breather box is out, battery's out. When you go to take your fan out, there's a piece in the bottom. It's got two little metal clamps that go here on each side. If you reach down and pull those clamps off, that piece will come off, and then you can pull the fan, the shroud in front of the fan. When you get the fan off, you got, I think they're 12mm nuts right there. You got 4 of them. I'm going to take those loose myself. I take them loose before I let the tension off the belts to help kind of hold it in place without having to put a screwdriver and hold it. But I'm gonna get that fan loose, and then I'll be right back. All right, I got the nuts off the fan. I was wrong, it was 12mm. All right, on the alternator, if I can get this down here to see, and if there's enough light, there's a nut right here, and then you got a bolt on the end. That's your adjustment. I'm hoping that's showing up. If not, I apologize, but you got that. On the fan still is stuck on there pretty good. I'm going to get them belts loose. On your power steering, go ahead and take that, just kind of loosen this nut up right here. And then on the back side, you'll see there's a bolt running through right down there. And on the back side, over here, you're gonna have, I think it's a 12 also, 12 or 14. But once you take that loose, let me get my screen back on. Once you take that big nut loose, you just turn on the back side back there, and it'll come loose. And it's got the same thing on the AC compressor on the bottom. It's all the same concept. And let me get these loose, and return. Okay, as you can see, I got the belts off, the fans off, that tensioner. I'll get my flashlight here in a minute. Anyway, the AC, because you can't see nothing. I'll come back and show y'all that with flashlight in a minute. But get all this loose. The power steering is eventually, I'm gonna take it off when I get to that point. Gotta take the brackets loose. Let's get this, let's take this cover off. You got 10mm. They're gonna be sleeved. And there's gonna be one head under here and one head, let's see, yeah, right here. So I'll get these 10mm off, get this cover off. Let's see what I'm doing. This is actually the water pump went out, is what's wrong with this. Water pump's down in here, but the water pump went out. But if you're gonna change a water pump, go ahead and put a timing set in it. if you're gonna put a timer set, make sure you put a water pump. Go in there one time, instead of doing it twice. And if you're paying somebody, why pay twice? It's all simple. Be right back. Okay, cover's off. One thing I wanted to note, right here on your crankshaft, you got a notch. You got a 10, 5, 0. Put that on a 0. Top dead center. Up here, I'm trying to get in line and show you this thing was off. A touch on both sides. Those need to be in line with that little V in that notch. You can see it, both sides, and as you can see, it's not. So when I go back, I'll put it back there. But yeah, that needs to be on 0. These need to be lined up with that on both sides. I mean, it's not off at one tooth, but that may have happened because water getting on the belt down there. But yeah, you can tell it's time for a belt. You see a lot of, especially on the inside of the cover, it's got, you can see where the belt look pretty rough. I mean, slinging stuff, which is gonna happen. I mean, it's just wear and tear, but you could use a belt, and it's gonna get one. So I've got to take these brackets here off the power steering pump. It's gonna have the adjuster with it, tensioner, whatever you call it, adjuster. Take that off. I'm gonna pull this off. I gotta get the crankshaft pulled out first. That's what I'm gonna do next. Let's see. Yeah. So let me get the crankshaft pulley off. I'll get this bracket off and get this off, and then you'll see what's behind there. Okay, I take a little break. I had to run to a friend's and borrow his puller. This is the first 4 or 3.4 that I've done that the crankshaft pulley didn't just pull off, harmonic balance or whatever you'll call it. I'll show you where I'm at. I done backed it off. Get it off, show you what puller I'm using. Alright. Let's use this little, most people call it a crowfoot puller. Come in a set. It's nice to have. I had one, I've got to get me another one. But anyway, harmonic balancer is off. You can see the water pump. There's your water pump there. Let's see what the screen looks like. Your water pump, cam sensor. You're not going to take all that off. Well, the cam sensor and stuff. But I've got to take this AC compressor and brackets off to be able to get to the tensioner. I don't know if you can see, I'm hoping you can. There's a tensioner right here. It puts pressure on here, puts pressure on the timing belt. So let me get this AC brackets off, get this little plastic cover out of the way, and I'll be back. Okay, let me see if I can show you what I got going here. Okay, I got that bottom cover off. Got your power steering pump out of the way. AC compressor. What it is there is a bracket. This looks crazy. I've never done it. Wondering why you have to take all this stuff off, just because everything is open. Well, you got your tensioner right here for your timing belt. This is your AC bracket. You'll have a long 14 comes in here, and over on the side there's a 14 millimeter that runs through here. way to it. You can see it. And then there's also another one right back there. Take those out, pull your AC bracket off. The way to get the AC off with that bracket sitting there like that, you got to come to the side of the motor, and it's hard. Oh, it's probably one of the most aggravating ones to get to. But right here on your AC, you're gonna have 4 14mm bolts, or I'm sorry, 12 millimeters. You'll have 4 12mm bolts. The 2 on the bottom, they're down there where flat flashlight's at. They're gonna be tight getting to, and they won't come all the way out. You just have the 2 that's on the bottom coming in to the compressor. You loosen them up until they're loose, and you can pull them back and forth, but they're not gonna come all the way out because of the frame. Hit your frame rail. I'll go ahead and loosen them both of those up first. Then I'll do my top 2 and pull those out, put them to the side, move the compressor up, then I'll reach and pull those out so I don't lose them. And very carefully maneuver your compressor up here, which this one hasn't been hooked up in a long time. Probably don't have Freon in it either, but either way. And then I just kind of stick the power steering pump up here out of the way, and now you have access to your tensioner. You'll have, I think it's 12s, if I'm not, I'll know here in a minute for sure. You're gonna have a bolt here and a bolt under there. You take those loose. It's a tensioner. It's got a spring, and it pushes up onto your pulley here. And so yeah, you got to take all that out of the way just to get those 2 bolts, take that tension out of the way. You think they would come up with something a little easier, but they didn't. But I'm going to line my timing marks back up, and then once I get them lined up, I'll show you where they need to be sitting, and then we'll take that tensioner loose and get the belt off of it. Okay, I got the belt off. Tensioner's off. What I want to show you is right here. There's going to be, use this rope screwdriver. You'll see there's a little circle right there on the crankshaft. And then you see right there, little point. Need to line those up. This one was about 2 teeth off once I got the belt off. But yeah, it was about 2 teeth off. Camshafts, I can't find my marker. These are already marked. I can't find my marker to mark the crankshaft. But again, you got a notch here, and you got a notch there on both sides. They pretty much line up with that rib. Let me yeah, camera back that way. This rib here. So I go by that. I'll line that up with that rib, line it up with that notch. It looks funny the way the camera's going, but it's there. This one is there. Now this mark, the paint's to the side. The notch is actually right there. So don't let that throw you off looking at that. But that was lined up. I'm gonna change out. I'll show you the pulleys we got. You got this. It takes I think it's a 3/8 if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it's a Torx. Not Torx, I'm sorry. It's late night. I'm tired. But right here you have a big Allen. I've got to go in here and find mine. You take that Allen out, and this whole thing will come off. And I think I've got this pulley. Idler. Yes, got that. So we're going to change that. Gonna change the water pump. The thermostat, they said not to change it. I don't know if they just recently put one in or what. Your thermostat is back here. But it could be, you can get it, you know, without having to tear into all this. So I'm gonna do what they said. But you can see the water leaking from the pump. I got a steady drip going down. But I'm going to go dig out my Torx to get this out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my water pump off. Once I learned how to use this camera and all, you get the right attachments where I can do the little fast forward and stuff to the video. I'll do that instead of having to keep cutting it on and off. Yeah, let me get this stuff off and I'll be right back with you. Okay, everything off. Water pump, and it is nasty. I got a lot of cleaning. I went in and took the crankshaft sensor off. It plugged in right here. It ran through that hole. It came through the bottom. It feeds off of this little ring here. Anyway, I took that off so I can clean it up real good. I got to blow the water out of the plugs and it freeze. But yeah, pretty much the water pump. I see why I took the thermostat housing out, the cover. It hadn't been long since one's been put on. I guess that's why they said not to put one in it. I might go get one anyway, just because this one's off. But there's your old water pump. When it's on there, it's sitting about like that. You've got two studs that stick out of here. You got to take those out. When you're taking the water pump off, you got the two studs here that run all the way through. There'll be nuts on them. I'll show you where they're at here in just a second. You're gonna have a 12 here, and you can see all the holes around. Where you going? Is that a crack? Nah. But anyway, yeah. There's all your holes. This one right here, I don't think one. Yeah, it did too. So you got one that runs all the way through. So I'll show you on the motor. You got the stud here and stud here. This thermostat's housing sitting right in here. You know, it's all made into your water pump. Pull them off. You got a bolt that runs out of it here. And like I said, the rest of them, you can see the hose all the way around. But I'm gonna get these studs out just because I want to clean the threads up real good. And I want to be able to get all this old gasket off. And I mean, some of it's pulling off, but it's still. I come in with what they call a cookie brush. Y'all excuse my tool room, it's a mess. But let me find them. I use one of these on a drill. I mean, not a drill, angle grinder. You can, if you got the right setup, you can use it on a drill. A little tough to get a drill in there. The only thing about that is you have got to be careful. You can't dig in too far if you're using one of those. Most people just scrape all that with a scraper, and that's fine. Just get it good and clean, get all the old gasket, all the old glue off. Somebody put glue on this one. If I got new gaskets, I don't put glue on them. But yeah, I'll get all this cleaned up and get the water pump ready to put back on, and I'll be back with you. Okay. You can see I got all that clean. I was saying before I didn't use RTV if I got new gaskets, if I didn't have to. But I'm not happy with the texture. It's got almost like a pitted look to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use RTV on this one with the new gasket. I'm not gonna use a whole lot. I'm just gonna smear a little bit around, hold my gasket into place, and I put a little bit on this side. Here is the pulley I pulled off, the tensioner, idler pulley, whatever you want to call it. Here's the tensioner. Alright, when you buy a new one, you got a pin. Get it where you can see it. Don't pull that pin out. If you pull that pin out, it's going to release this pin. That's what puts pressure against this that pushes on your belt to tighten it. This is the new one here. I cleaned the bolt up a little bit. Like I said, I don't know what size this is. I couldn't find my set of Allens, but I found this random one in my box, luckily, and it's got rust on it and you can't tell what size it is. If I figure it out, I'll put it in the description. But yeah, you take that off. It comes off from right here. If you can see where that's at. Yeah, right here. You got your hole right here. That's where you tension your bolts from the bottom. Comes up through the bottom. 2 bolts there. But I got everything cleaned up. Oh, water pump. I don't remember if I showed that earlier or not. But you could see that old glue RTV, how it was on there. It wasn't consistent. The gasket was gone. And that groove, and I believe that's where the leak was coming from. No, it wasn't. It was the weak pole. You got a hole right here. It's gonna be on the bottom side. You can see where the antifreeze has been coming out of that hole. And that's what goes bad on them usually. But I don't like that glue job that was on there. But anyway. I like the black, ultra black gasket maker, Permatex. This was the thermostat that came out of it. That's the new gasket for it. They just slip on. They got a groove inside the gasket. You just slide it up on there and it stays. Alright, let's see if there's anything else before I do this. I was going to show you. I'm not the best teacher. Just have to bear with me. Like I said, once I get further along where I'm not in a tight spot like this, when I'm doing my 4-door project with the front end and frame swap and all, that's just to go to part 2. I got it out of the shop. I'm supposed to take it hopefully tomorrow over to Josh's, my buddies, and put it on the lift and get the cab off. Get that project over. Anyway, let me finish this one up. Let me get this water pump set back up there. This is another reason why I don't like the glue. Look at the bolts. So I've got to clean these. Sorry if them lights are too bright. I got it for when I'm painting and this, but anyway, you can see how much the RTV gets on the bolts. It's been a while since it's been done, but yeah, let me get all this cleaned up and I will be back. Okay, well, still no water pump. I put the water pump on, but wasn't paying attention to this. This right here threads into the old housing. It's got an Allen head to take it off, but it's actually got a little heater hose hooked to it. I guess it's a heater hose. I don't know where it goes, to be honest. But I'm not just going to plug the hose off. This one is not drilled out, as you can see. This one's threaded. It's stamped, but it's not there. So there's no way for me to get that in there. So this is why you buy OEM parts. I hate aftermarket. At first when I noticed it wasn't on there, I had everything. I had this on, I had the thermostat in, had thermostat housing, everything bolted down. I noticed that wasn't on there when I went to hook the hose up. I was like, well, there's a hole there, you know. So I noticed that threaded out of this one. So I threaded it out. I reached around, stuck my finger in there, and there's no hole. So I took it back off, hoping it was some kind of plug, but no. So I take it back tomorrow. I mean, it's a Gates. I don't know why they didn't ask, or I don't know what the situation is as to why this one don't have that. Every one I've worked on has had that nipple coming off of it, but I've used OEM parts. But anyway, it's a little after midnight, so I'm going to call it a night, since that's pretty much all I can do until I get this situated. But I'll be back out tomorrow and get it finished up, show you how to put it in time, get the belt on it, get the tensioner and all, you know, get everything going my way and hooked up, and gotta love it. Anyway, till tomorrow. Okay, welcome back. It is the next day. I went back and look what I got. Got one with a nipple, same parts number, everything. They don't know why the other one was like it was. I guess package drawn. But anyway, show you where I'm at. Got new gaskets. I went ahead and put new idler on, pulleys on, and I went ahead and installed the new tensioner. There's that pin. That's what you're gonna pull once you got your belt on, timing belt. You got it on, got all your marks in place. You'll pull that. You're just gonna push tension on your belt. I'm gonna go ahead and get this water pump bolted up and get the belt set on there. I've already went through and showed you the marks. And get the belt set on and put some tension to it, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, thermostat's on. I did put a new thermostat in it, since I had to go back and replace the parts. I just couldn't stand it. But you can see the dot. Let me see if I can get the light. I don't know if the camera's lined up, but that dot is lined up with that little point. You want that. I don't have tension on the belt on this side. This side's tight. This side you want tight. You can see my lines go with my groove on both cams. Don't go by that paint mark here. That's way off to the right. You can see right there. See if I can get the camera straight with it. Straight. You want to make sure those are lined up on both cams. And once again, I'm hoping this picking this up. Let's see if I can go up from that direction. You can see a little dot. Kind of scribed into where you see that little ring. You can see a little dot in there, and it has to line up with that point. And then once I get the bottom cover on, I'll check it again with the crankshaft pulley on. But I'm just to pull the pin. put the tension to it. Let's see. Got antifreeze in my mouth. Nasty. Alright. I say I'm gonna pull the pin. There she goes. Now she's tight. What you want to do when you do that is you want to rotate the motor. I like to rotate it twice and then put it back on all the marks and check and make sure that they're all still on with the tension on it. It's gonna be kind of hard to hold the camera and do that at the same time, so I'm gonna rotate this motor twice, and I'll come back and show you if the marks are still on, or if they're off. I'll show you. That way I'll show you what I've done wrong. I want to show you right quick. I've rotated the motor one time. Well, not the motor. I've rotated where the cams have went around one time. If you look down here, you will not see that little dot scribed into the crank. That's telling you it's 180 degrees out. So I'll spin it one more time and I'll be right back. This is why you always turn the motor. As you can see, I'm on there. I'm on there. But down here, I'm off. Let's see if I can get it in there. But the dot is to the right of the point. So when you work, if you just throw the belt on there and hit them lines on, just in my experience, you'll have a problem when you spin it. Because when you put that tensioner on there, you still got to work the tension out. To get everything tight, the belt tight. So now, I get to back this tensioner off, pull the belt loose, and move that over. Looks like it's 2 teeth. So let me fix that, and I'll be back to show you. Alright, I rotated the motor, the engine, whatever you want to call it. I'm tired. But yeah, I got all my marks on. Got my tensioner back in. I had to pull the tensioner off. When you pull it off, keep up with your pin that you pull out in the beginning in case you need it. I used a C-clamp, compressed it back, and I lost my clip, or my pin, I'm sorry. So I used a drill bit, a smaller drill bit, just to hold it in. Get everything on here, back lined up. Bolted it back in, pulled the drill bit out, and I got tension again. But I'm gonna start putting this back together. You got to kind of look on this piece here. It's got a bevel to it. It's got a round side. I don't know if you can tell it. This side is more round. I put that to the inside, so your belt rides against it. It don't look like it was on that way before, but I don't see putting it to where it's gonna cup in and cut on the belt. So I'm gonna put it on like this. That's how I've done the rest of them, and they've lasted a while. My personal truck. Put that on down there. Light. Put that on. You can see it kind of pulls the edge away from the belt just a little. But I'm going to put my bottom cover on. Put the 2 little 10mm holding this wires. They go back in here. Get those in. Get this little cover on. Start putting some of my brackets on. And usually I put them all the way together before I start them. But I'm just going to get this on and get my Harmonic bouncer, crankshaft pulley, whatever you want to call it. Get it on there. hook up my mass airflow sensor, and I'm gonna go ahead and start it just to make sure, because I don't want to have to go back. I usually never have on one of these, but this one's been a pain, so I'm not gonna chance it. So let me get that bolted on, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, I got the bouncer back on. Got the box hooked up, battery in. Cross your fingers, wish me luck. Let's see. Purred like a kitten. She's in time. There's no water in it, so just a quick, make sure it wasn't skipping and popping and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna start bolting stuff back up. I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, I got the AC compressor on, and like I said before, you got 4 bolts that run in from this side. The 2 bottom ones, before you set that compressor back in to bolt it up, make sure you stick those in the hose, because they will not fit between the frame rail. And you probably see one of them right down there. Yeah, there's 2, and the 2 top ones you can get to. They're kind of hid behind some lines. The power steering pump, you got a long bolt. It runs through this bracket. You got a hose and this pulley where you can get to that. I'm not going to tighten it all the way yet. You're going to wait till you get your belts on. Alright, this right here is the bracket. This is your tensioner. Pull this nut off. Let me get this off. Alright. This is a little aggravating. Get this in behind. Alright. Got it behind there. The hole in the front has got to go in that stud, and you'll see a little spot right here in the cover. That's got to go in that. And then you bring, if I can keep the light on, you gotta bring this back around, out through that hole, and through there. That's how you're going to put the tension on your power steering. Of course, put the nut back on it. It's hard doing this one-handed. I've got a tripod, but it's not tall enough for this 4Runner. This 4Runner's a little tall. It's hard to get over in it, believe it or not. But yeah, you snug at it, not snug it, just run it on up a little bit. Then you got this big nut that goes on here. That's going to hold that bracket. Make sure my screen. That's going to hold that bracket. Let me get it started. This plate, this is going to be a stud, pretty much coming out of the block. You slide this bracket over it, and you got a bolt here, and you got a bolt there. I've got those tight. Run this one up, get it tight. I'm going to snug that up. Plug my cam sensor in. Put my front cover on, and start putting belts on. Be back to show you that part. Okay, I got my fan on, bolted up. If you don't have a ratchet wrench set, you might want to invest in some. They're lifesavers. Top cover, you see all that's still loose. My belts are next. Your alternator belt goes on first. I'm putting used belts back on it, the ones that came off. So I got them in the order, because the alternator belt and the power steering belt are almost the same size, but just enough difference to where it'll cause a headache. Let's see. I'm gonna go all the way to the back. When you pull it down at the bottom on your crankshaft. Just gonna go up here on top. I mean, I may have to, like I said, I'm doing this one-handed and it's not easy. Oh, I may have to let some more tension off the alternator. Make sure everything's in the grooves. Nope, it went on. The alternator goes on. Now, come on, you got it. Twisted it on. All right. AC belt goes on second. You don't have to go around the fan. Oh, you're not even gonna be able to see me put it on. But anyway, the fan belts are easy to put on. Biggest things to order: your alternator, then you go to your AC, and then your power steering. Let me get these on, and then I'll see if I can get to the bolts to try to show you how to tighten them up, which you probably already know if you've got this far when you took it apart. Okay, my belts are tight, AC's tight. Don't over tighten your belts. You don't want them squealing, but if you get them too tight, they're gonna wear the bearings, and you're gonna be replacing alternator, power steering pump, AC. May even be rough here, but got those tight. Fans tight. Let's see. I'm just kind of doing an overlook, see if I'm missing anything. Sorry about the camera shaking. I about dropped it. You got these little your plug wires. They just snap back on the top. Your cover there. Let's see, that was broke. Don't forget this wire here. It's your camshaft sensor. That snaps on the front cover. I'm fixing to put the fan shroud in. My upper radiator hose. Put my breather box back in. And bolt the battery down, top her off with antifreeze, and it should be good to go. I'll show you when I get all that wrapped up. Okay, got everything in place, got the breather box back in, still got to bolt the battery down, got the hose on. I went ahead and poured a gallon in this hose before I hooked it up to the radiator. This is O'Reilly's, but I buy the full strength. It's like $2-3 more than 50/50. And what I done is I got another jug over there. I took half of this, poured half into that, filled them both up with water, and made it 50/50. I fixed to start it up. Cross your fingers for me again. Since I got all this together, it shouldn't squeal, but it might. I spilled some antifreeze on the belts. We'll just fire it up, let it run. This thing is loud. I'm gonna go ahead and top off the radiator, let it run for a little bit. The thermostat open, finish it off, and see where we're at from there. Well, took it for a test drive. Everything seems fine on it. That water was already here. It rains through the door of my shop, but no water dripping. She's not skipping. I believe she's gonna be all right. Go home. By the way, I'm no professional, as you can probably tell. I've done body work all my life, but I got where I like mechanical stuff more, and getting in helping my buddy on his Toyotas. So anything you see in this video, it's not the guaranteed way to do it. It's just the way I do it. So if you do it my way and something happens, that's on you. I appreciate if y'all made it this far. I appreciate y'all watching. Hit that subscribe and thumbs up. You probably see the red four-door out there right now with the front end chopped off of it. Hopefully it's going to the shop, other shop tomorrow, to get the body took off. And I have a frame. You guys excuse all my junk. I've been working on my shop, but got a frame there. Sweet frame, clean. I'm gonna put under overhead there. That's my personal truck, and pretty much restoring it. Yeah, we like Toyotas. This one here, it's got a 3/4 swap in it. Got that over there. We got to paint the front end and all on. I'll paint the whole truck, but I got parts scattered to my red truck everywhere. But anyhow, looking again. I keep coming looking, make sure there's no water leaking. Still no water leaking. But anyway, I'm not gonna bore y'all to death with that. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you got any questions, leave it in the comments, and if I can't answer them, my buddy Josh or Stephen will. Appreciate it.